Yeah. Welcome to the open book, where truth don't hide, stories ride, and every chapter got that power. Turn the page, now you stepping in, where real ones talk and the fake pretend. From viral heat to deep convo, we write the truth, let the whole world know. This ain't just a channel, it's a movement. The open book, every story, every voice.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha. I hope everyone had a fabulous day on today. Let's see who we have here so far. Good evening, V. Welcome. Thank you for being first in the building. We've been missing you, sis. I know you've been busy. Okay. Hey, K Brown, welcome. Thank you for joining. Now, y'all, make sure you hit the like button. Let everyone know that we are live. Okay. We won't be on here too long this evening, but I wanted to share a few updates with you all. Okay. Now, our first update, we talked about this morning. If you have not seen the video with the latest update with Malcolm-Jamal Warner, we had shared some breaking news from this morning. Okay. Kind of going over that they have now added that he may have gotten hit in the head with a runaway surfboard during the incident, and his family is calling for them to do like more of an investigation, okay, and not be so quick to say that it is an accident, okay, because if there was blunt force, then that should be on the autopsy report as well. Hey, Measurement, welcome. Thank you for joining. Yes, I do. Hi, that one. Welcome. Thank you for joining. So yes, that took it to another level. I know today in the media, they were highlighting because at first it started off as Malcolm was solo swimming, but now we find out that there was another man in there. Then now his daughter was in there. And so they're saying that he was trying to save his daughter. And I guess he went under, and then these bystanders helped him. They had doctors on the beach, psychologists on the beach, lifeguards who had volunteered before on the beach. Allegedly, it's like things started shifting. Okay. Hi, Queen Shailene. Welcome. Hey, love me. Thank you, ladies, for joining. So we were just a little bit concerned with the contradictory stories that have been going around surrounding this, because he, to me, does not deserve that. Okay. Like, what really happened to this man? It is really bringing about a lot of questions. No, people are not trying to have conspiracy theories or nothing like that. But you have to think to yourself, why isn't? And I was actually, just to say this right quick, I was looking at something on Instagram earlier, and they were talking about how, he was saving his daughter and all of this. I was going through the comments. Y'all, it's more and more people catching on that something is off with this, because they were like, well, I thought he was swimming by himself. See, people haven't caught up with the latest updates. We've gone away from that. Okay. Now it's more people in the water. Now it's, all of these different types of people on the beach at the time. Then now a surfboard just came magically out of somewhere and allegedly hit him in the head till he couldn't ask for help. Okay. So we don't know which story to go with at this point. I wish they could figure it out. Hi, Jessica. Welcome. So hopefully his family will continue to look into this. Okay. Now, one of the latest updates, because this morning we said that there's this mystery man. Okay. There was another guy that was in the water too, that they pulled out when they pulled Malcolm-Jamal Warner out of the water. Now, he was in critical condition when they pulled him out, and they took him to the local hospital. Well, there is an update regarding that. The person has been identified as a 29-year-old man from Nicaragua, okay, according to Mauricio Solano Corella. And it has been confirmed that he was in the water trying to help Malcolm. Okay, now that Judicial Investigation Agency had already said that Malcolm was swept away by the current. So I guess as this man was trying to assist him, maybe he got swept away as well. Okay. Now, after receiving treatment from the Costa Rican Red Cross and this local hospital, and I think this morning, let me pull that up. Shout out to Measured Man for the super chat. He said, anytime I support truth, FYI, I heard I'm fed working for celebrity. I'm fed working for celebrities, so I just unsubscribe, take that money and add that to my truth channels. Do I have a monetized channel where my money? Okay, and Measure Man, you are everywhere. Getting tickled. Sometimes I'm in the bushes and I'm like, there you go. Share so much. Like, seriously, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Look, hey, I don't care if he was or not. You come with the facts. Look, we looking for facts. Okay. Sorry, squad. I can be very petty. Okay. Hi, Dreamy Girl. Welcome. Exactly. 29, where the wife is. Now, I wish someone would tell us where the wife is as well. Okay. We have not heard from the wife. We have not seen the wife. I know Malcolm was pretty much private about that part of his life. And so during this time, there are still questions because in one article, it has started off saying that he left around sunrise and had been gone, and she got a little concerned and reached out to the police, okay, authorities. And so then that changed, okay. Now I don't know if she was one of the 3 people in the water in distress or what, okay, during that time. I'm like, now wait a minute. Look at here. Where is this wife at? Can you confirm something? Shout out to Man for the super chat. He said, keep the party going. It's because they don't know. Hello? Come on now. We're not easily fooled. We're not easily fooled. So I don't know about that part. It kind of got a little twisted. We don't know if she was really telling that part the right way or if she even said that. I've already told y'all this morning, I feel that this incident happened and I don't think they knew who he was at first. It wasn't until he got pulled out of the water and they identified him, and this is only my opinion, is when they were like, oh man, we done messed up. What has happened to this man? He's a celebrity. Okay, now how are we gonna fix this? Okay, now that is a popular vacation spot. They do not want red flags being thrown up that this spot is a danger zone. Okay. They said that the beach where Malcolm was is one of the most dangerous beaches there because of the rip currents and all of that. Okay. In itself. So a lot of people don't really go to that particular beach to swim. Okay. Now, my thing is this. I was also sharing earlier today, it was another story out there about another Canadian couple a week and a half ago had a vacation beach rental that got robbed. The husband saw the intruder leaving, went after him, and that intruder unalived him. Okay. So these things happen. Sometimes we all over here in the US, we don't know what's taking place over in these other countries. We're not really watching the news like that over there. But yesterday, I decided to look up the news over there. Let me see what they're saying. Okay. Measure Man said, I want the Bushwatchers to know it's about truth. I ain't on here to make money. Yeah, he's not. He's been around. Even I met Measurement even when Michelle Lau years ago started coming on here interviewing her and so forth. Right. Exactly. Okay. And so then this man, so we had the mystery man. And let's see here. Let me go back to my article. So now, y'all, after receiving this treatment from the Costa Rican Red Cross and at this local hospital, within 3 days, he has made a full recovery. He has gone from critical condition on Sunday till today. He has now made a full recovery. This man was treated, he was found to be stable, and he was discharged without any complications. Now that's great news, okay, considering Malcolm lost his life, okay? And so this man here, his life was spared and he's okay now. So I'm not sure if that man is going to speak out. They're really not giving too much information as far as what's his name and all of that. It's a lot of things, and the investigation is still ongoing. They are probably giving more information to the family than the public right now. So I guess we'll just kind of have to see if he's going to give more information, because we were thinking that this mystery man was a friend, okay, because the reports on Teletica over in Costa Rica said that there were this whole little group, okay, Malcolm and some friends and 2 children. Well, now I'm only hearing about his daughter. What happened to the other child? I thought this guy was Malcolm's friend. So it turns out that there was no connection, allegedly. Okay. There was no connection to the two. So I'm not sure where this is headed tomorrow, because it seems like every day it is a different story. Okay. Measurement said lots to review in the last 5 years, lots of incidents in the area to include drownings. Exactly. Hey, Tabby. Hey, sis. Thank you for joining. Yeah, it's a lot, y'all. So I'm definitely keeping an eye out for any updates on that. I'm going to look at the Costa Rican news tonight and see. Google Translate translates the articles for me. I can only understand some of the words. Okay, that's how I picked up on the surfing lessons. I said, wait a second, surfing. What about surfing? I thought he couldn't swim. Okay, so he was out there just taking surfing lessons and all of that. So I said, okay, and then lo and behold, had that information, and then here comes the surfboard. A random runaway surfboard allegedly hit him in the head, which could have caused him to not respond and go under. Okay, so I'm not sure of how long though he was under that water. Did those witnesses, hey Latae, welcome. Did those witnesses see him go into the water? At what point? So there's still a lot of missing pieces surrounding this incident that we are not privy of. Like where was he coming from? What time was it? Different things like that. There are no witnesses that have come forward to talk to anyone. Now they've given some statements, but they wanted to remain anonymous. Okay. So I'm not sure why, but hey, not like us over here in the US, because some people look for that 15 minutes of fame. Hey, yeah, so I was over here sitting up under my umbrella, and we saw y'all know how we do. They will hop on the news in a second. Everybody got a camera, your phone's out anytime something popping up. Over in Costa Rica, I guess not. Okay. Measurement said water in lungs and asphyxiation are not the same. Confused is given. Oh yeah, I heard about Obama's chef, and they said that he drowned the same day, but different year. I'm like, wow, yeah, because I was thinking that The asphyxiation part could be from choking because you're losing oxygen. Okay, so that was why I was wondering how long had he been under that water? Did anything happen prior to him being under the water? Okay. We can't keep losing people. Angie, Malcolm, I'm tired, fam. Yeah, and they pretty much those similar situations where there's no witnesses around to really tell what happened. So, like I said, y'all, prayers up for his family because I know if it was my family member, I would definitely want to know what happened. I mean, if you think about it, even with Shanquella Robinson, y'all, goes to another country with her friends. Okay, thinking, oh, my daughter, my family member coming home, and she doesn't come home. Comes back, they trying to get ahead of the story, telling the mom one story, okay, but had already shared videos that had gotten out of them fighting the girl. We still to this day do not know the truth of what really happened to her. And some of these other countries, no shade or anything like that, they are not doing deep investigations. Okay. They just, oh, see your body. Let's pull it on out. Let's say this person drowned. Y'all know the rip currents come through here. But have you really looked into it? Because if a surfboard hit him, that should be on the autopsy. We haven't heard that part yet. We haven't heard anything about that. So where did that come from? So that's what I'm saying. We have to be careful on just looking at some things at surface level because it could be deeper than what was originally reported. And notice how this, we should be done talking about this and not saying about his memory because we know his homegoing and things like that, but the cause. It should have been clear cut what happened. But why do we have all of these different stories? He deserved better than that. He really did. What really happened to that man? So I'm hoping that they will get on one accord and really find out and get to the bottom of what really happened. So I will definitely keep y'all updated on that part. Also, y'all, we looked at the video, the footage from the William McNeel traffic stop that actually took place, I believe, in February, but it was uploaded. The video was uploaded on July the 19th, and it caused a whole outrage over social media. Okay, some people were siding with the officers, some people were siding with William McNeel. Okay, he had gotten pulled over. They said that it was due to his headlights not being on in the daytime. Okay. Which was so confusing in itself. Okay, why I need my headlights on? The cop that pulled up to come assist, he didn't even have his on. Okay, so we kind of talked about that in the live the other day. And when the officer came, he had his door open, but his window, you know, old school cars when they don't work and you have to the windows don't work, kind of have to prop the door open. He had his door open and he was just asking the officer, why are you pulling me over? So they had a little exchange, and then William starts to ask for a supervisor. Okay, because I would have wondered too, like, sir, what are you sure you really pulling me over for that? And we already know the climate that we have here in the US with Black men losing their lives for simple stops, traffic stops. So I probably would have been wondering too, a little nervous. So he closes his door and will not open the door, but he consistently asks for a supervisor. The cop calls in his backup, like 6 other officers pull up. Okay, he still doesn't open it. He complies, puts his hands up at that point, okay, on the steering wheel. He has his live recording from the inside, but all of the officers also have on their body cameras, okay? So then, because he didn't open his door, one of the officers knocked out the window with his bare hands, y'all. He didn't even think to put gloves on. Hi, Miss Lysander, welcome. Thank you for joining. Hey, Terry, welcome. Right when he busted the window out, All of a sudden, y'all, he punched him. And you're going to see it on the clip today. You'll see that part. He punched him right there in front of the live. I don't think they knew that he was recording. Okay. Then they snatch him out of his car like he's a rag doll, punches him again. Now, he, at this point, hands are behind his back. He is no longer a threat. And then once they release the body cam footage, then you can see them punching him on the ground, pushing his head into the concrete, roughing him up, and doing all of that. So he has not spoken out until today. And he has lawyers, and they did a press conference, okay? And so we're going to tap into that. Now, I did share the link in the description for the full press conference because I'm not going to show the full thing. However, I do want to show some of the main points, okay?
The time stop was not just pretextual, racial motivated, it was unlawful. And everything that stemmed from that stop was unlawful. What we're not going to do this morning is get in the back and forth between the leaders of Jacksonville. What we're going to do, we're going to focus on the facts. And everybody saw the video. You can release all the body cameras you want, but the body camera, the cell phone footage was unedited. It is a reality. You could talk about a knife bit in the car, but it was not a weapon because he did not weaponize it. He stayed calm. The only weapon that day was a Jacksonville sheriff office. The nation saw it. Everybody saw it. And we are here for redress and get justice for the McNeel family.
And this was in Jacksonville, Florida. And let me also say this. One of my supporters that came into the chat the other day is from this area. She said that there is a lot, allegedly, corruption there in that police department in that city. Okay. So, see, my thing is this, and that brings context too. When you're not from an area and so forth, you don't know how certain areas are, how they roll there, right? When you're from a certain area, that could give context to basically how he was feeling. Okay, now if y'all have a rep around here, I would be afraid for my life. Okay, me watching the video, I got scared. I felt like I was in a horror movie. Okay, so I can only imagine being in the seat of all of these officers surrounding your vehicle like wolves coming after you. That's what I was picturing when I was watching that. Okay, so at that point, I probably would not have opened my door to. I need a supervisor. Either I wasn't going to open the door, I would have fainted, and they would have had to pull me. Okay. Hey, Jackie, welcome.
William have a long road to recovery to go. I'm not going to get in his injuries. You see pictures and things online, but William attended Livingston College, band scholarship. His president is here today. So this narrative, they always have this narrative being, you know, he was a thug.
Right.
He was a criminal.
Yeah.
That's the narrative.
Yes, sir.
But William was doing William was doing everything right.
Everything.
A college student on scholarship, doing what's required of him to be a better person. And all he did was exercise his fundamental rights, his God-given rights, to answer a simple question. Why are you stopping me?
Yeah.
For not having headlights on during the day? Did y'all see the video where the officers came with no headlights on? No windshield wiping, no smoke, no fog, no rain. So anybody would be confused. Why are you stopping me?
Yes.
And he exercised their right to answer that question. And they bullied him, intimidated him, broke his window, and beat him and caused permanent injuries. Look, I'm gonna step aside. We got a lot of folks up here to get a chance to speak.
And Miss Lysandra just said something too. She said the chief is something else. And I can tell because when they were doing that press conference, it's like he was a robot. Like he's probably been through this so many times till he was reciting it. I don't know if he was reading something. It was no empathy shown. Like you already made a decision and the investigation has not been completed. Okay. So it looks like you're not holding your officers accountable. Because if you sit there and you say, oh, yeah, we know that there's a video out there, but these, we're going to release these the body camera footage, then look, sir, I don't care what footage you release of the body cam. The punch in itself, and there were 2 punches in itself, what justification can you give us for those punches? What at that point, at that moment, did those officers feel threatened? They were like 6-1. He had his hands up. He's no longer a threat. He even sat there as they removed his seatbelt. So you're not even saying, man, I really, do not agree with my officers punching this young man. Okay. He didn't even say that. So yeah, I believe you. I pray this young man gets some justice because those officers were wrong. Right. I agree. I definitely agree. Yes, Lord, he looks scared. Right. Love me. He played it cool though. Because see, if I can commend him. It reminded me of when they used to do those sit-ins back in the day. I wasn't alive back then, but we've seen videos and they had to get trained in case they spit on you, if they punch you or do whatever, you got to sit and take it. That's what it reminded me of, that he had to sit there and take it. He had to be punched, glass on him, get and they're going to show the impact of what actually happened with his tooth also. Okay. Shout out to man, the super chat. Okay. He said, side note, I'm not anti anything, but a man with no kids can't tell me who should mentor my sons. Vanity, you've seen my boys in the industry. Bathhouse buried, gone, and yes, I'm in my feelings. My headlights are auto. my headlights are auto. Suing BMW on my head. Okay. Yes, I'm telling you. It could, and that's what the lawyers are gonna say towards the end. Picture, and shout out to Measure Man for being a sponsor for this live. Picture it as your own kids. Take race even out of this, okay? If that was your child, period, you would not have wanted those officers to punch your child like that. He's in college. He's on a band scholarship. But when they saw him, and y'all, this is a conversation that I've had with my students, my Black boys also. Sometimes they only see color. They don't see that you're smart. They don't see that, oh, you got this going for you. You come from this household. Some of them, not all, will look at you as a thug. Okay. With the racial profiling, you have that takes place in a lot of different cities. Okay. Not just that city. And like, I know we don't want to hear that reverse question, but if this was a white boy, would that have happened? A white young man, would it have happened like that? Those are just reflective questions to ask. Okay, it's not a racist thing, but sometimes, y'all, this is happening too often. It's almost like we have secondhand trauma from watching this over and over. We have to see the injustices over and over. I was trying to find the family to ask if I could be a godfather. I know that's right. Please do. The chief was scared. The chief was scared, and his side deputy, he looked like he was about to pop. You know what? Love me. I noticed that. I did notice that. Baby, if he could have sunk under the podium, okay, that little side, the side officer, if he could have sunk under that podium, he would have. Girl, he looked scared. He looked like, don't ask me no questions. He was looking the same way as the other 2 Black officers that were on the scene. Y'all were just standing there letting the other officers have their way. Okay? Y'all didn't try to stop, intervene, say, okay, he has enough, because you don't want them to turn on y'all. If y'all didn't have the uniforms on, you'll be right in the same category as this young man. Okay, just being real talk. Hi, Candace. Welcome. Hey, Beth. Thank y'all for joining. I'm just saying. It would have not. Okay. Nope. It wouldn't have. We are tired. I'm telling you, girl, you got me tickled with that.
Here, we'll come back for a Q&A, but we'll have limited Q&A with William. His parents is here. Solomon, Latoya, and his stepfather, Alton, is here as well, wearing the red. Next, I'm going to bring up my good friend, my colleague, Attorney Big. We home, we in Florida, so I had to bring him home. Ben Crump, come on.
Thank you so very much, Attorney Harry Daniels. I'm honored to co-counsel with you and Attorney Keefe and all of these great lawyers, Attorney Jackson and Attorney Robinson, because this is a very, very important case. As Attorney Daniels said, when William was stopped, there was no rhyme or reason, no rationale for them stopping him. I mean, this was a classic case of driving while black. And
this is what Ivy League universities you can get into with a 3.6 GPA. 90% of students with.
I applaud.
You have me like measurement. Hey, I don't care. Come on over to the open. Shout out to Candace McKenzie for the super sticker. Thank you, sis, so much. And thank you for being a sponsor for tonight's live. I appreciate that. Yeah. Okay. So I'm glad, and y'all know a lot of people don't even like being grown. I know that they do not like that man, but he is everywhere when it comes to the injustices and things like that. They keep him busy. These officers keep Ben Crump busy, okay? Because, baby, he's going to be there. Now, he doesn't live in that jurisdiction, that city, but, you know, hey, he there. So he probably get a cut, too.
William McNeill for keeping his demeanor, his calmness. I mean, Attorney Daniels, I thought the trained police officers were supposed to be the ones to de-escalate the matter. They were the ones escalating the matter while this young man represented the best of us. He kept calm. He was trying to de-escalate the matter. He just kept asking simply, why are you stopping me? I mean, think about that. I understand the sheriff said anti-police. No. It's not anti-police when an American citizen asks, why are you stopping me? That is an American citizen exercising his constitutional rights. That's what William was doing. He was exercising his constitutional rights.
And we talked about that part the other day about de-escalation. They escalated this. When you watch, and I did the video, I think, was it yesterday, the day before? Y'all, when you watch it, you can tell that the officer that pulled him over was escalating the situation. He was not trying to de-escalate, okay? So then you get these types of scenarios. How did we go from a traffic stop for a light not being on to now I have a swarm of officers around me? Okay, that escalated quickly.
Attorney Daniels and I seek to remind America that we are a democracy, that we believe in the Constitution, and that all American citizens have a right to the protections of the Constitution, that this is not a police state. where the police are above the law and that they have no accountability. No, the last time I checked, America is still a democracy, and our citizens still have a right to the Constitution. It goes without saying that the leaders now have to step up and be leaders. Look at that video. Look at that video with your own eyes. Listen with your own ears. We have audio, visual evidence, proof of what happened. Nobody has to narrate it for us. To the sheriff, respectfully, you can't justify this. You can't condone this.
Right.
You have to condemn this. You have to look at that video and say, this does not reflect our training,
right,
our policies, or our values. And you need to terminate that officer immediately. Immediately. Because as Attorney Daniels and I deliberated over this matter, if you don't terminate this officer and you condone this type of police excessive force, then it sends a message to all of the other police officers on the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office team. It tells them it is okay for you to treat citizens like this. It is okay to treat black motorists like this. In America, it is not okay.
What would you say to somebody that hasn't tried therapy before?
Just ask yourself if what you're doing in your life right now.
It is not okay to treat our citizens like this. I know you're going to hear from his mother and father before you hear from William, but Attorney Daniels and I were astonished to hear his father, Alton Solomon, say, when I was 22 years old, the sheriff's department did a similar thing to me. They put me face down on the ground at gunpoint. And it wasn't right then, Mr. Solomon, and it wasn't right when they did it to William. It's never right to treat citizens like this. Right. America, we're better than this. We're at a crossroads. We are a democracy. We believe in the Constitution. We are not a police state where the police can do anything they want to citizens without any accountability. We have to hold everybody accountable. That is what makes America the great beacon of hope and justice for the rest of the world to marvel. Thank you, Attorney Daniels. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Real quick, just reminder, this is it's a culture of the Jacksonville Sheriff Office. I've represented several people down here, names such as Jamie Johnson, LaKen Wood, so y'all remember was vicious beaten by the Jacksonville Sheriff Office. And you know, the common denominator, Jamie Johnson, they stopped him for a seatbelt violation. LaKen Woods, they stopped him for a seatbelt violation. And they tried to say they stopped Mr. McNeel for a seatbelt violation, but the video showed he had his seatbelt on.
Exactly. Those of you who didn't see the full video, when the officer pulled him over, he said headlights and then your seatbelt. Well, for one, the tent on the car was dark. I mean, it's hard to even see up in there. However, I'm glad that he had that video going and it showed up on the police cam. His seatbelt was buckled in there. Okay. Try another little answer because that he had a seatbelt. So try again.
First, gonna bring up Attorney Griggs and Attorney Keith real quickly to say some words. We're gonna bring.
Okay, so I'm gonna fast forward. If y'all want to see the full thing, you can look at the link in my chat. I mean, in the description. But I do want to get to the part where his mom and then William's gonna say some words as well.
Latoya Solomon. I'm Williams McNeill's mother. He's my firstborn. He's also my only son. I have 4 children. He is the only boy. I have 3 girls.
Wow.
The day I seen that video, I couldn't finish it past the window breaking. It wasn't until maybe a few months ago I finally finished the whole video. But I'm thankful to God for protecting him, because I know what the outcome could have been.
Come on now.
But I believe in faith in God. It's what protected my only son. And I thank God for that.
And she just spoke some truth on that. Do y'all know this could be another type of press conference? That he is a blessed one, that God really looked out for that day. Because a lot of these press conferences, they did not make it. We know with the Tyree Nichols, okay, even recently, the cops were just on trial. He did not make it. Philando Castile got pulled over, complied. He did not make it. So God was really looking out for William, and I'm glad that he did record. Okay, I'm so glad that he recorded that, and I know that that had to have been hard as a mother to see someone do your child like that, and they're just sitting there. Okay, because let's just say that, okay, he should have unlocked the door. Okay, let's say he was wrong on that part. Look, if they're asking for your ID, stuff like that, just go ahead and give it to them. Okay, at the point of breaking the glass and my hands are up, I am no longer a threat to you. Okay, so anything you're doing to me at that point, then that is on you. For what? His hands were up. So the punches and all of that, in my opinion, were not justified. They weren't. And that would be hard to watch as a mother, to see your child being treated like that.
Morning.
Good morning.
I'm Alton Solomon, the father, stepfather, but I can't call him my stepson because this is my son.
Yes, sir.
I've been through what he's been through. To see that video made me go back to the moment when I was 22. It hurted. It made me upset.
Mm-hmm.
But I seen what my son did that I had to do. And he sat right. And he did right. To see that, it's a hurting feeling. To be a father that loved God first, and to see all my kids not being able to wake up in the morning and get a phone call saying your child is gone. That's a hurting feeling, but I thank God because God got him. Y'all keep us in prayer.
William just gonna make a few remarks before we go to Q&A. And keep this family in prayer because, as his mother and father both said, they knew he could have been the next hashtag. It could have been a different result had he not kept his demeanor.
First of all, I want to thank God for bringing everybody here together, and thank y'all for supporting. That day, I just really wanted to know, why I was getting pulled over and why I needed to step out the car when I knew I didn't do nothing wrong. I was really just scared. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, and that's enough, William.
Yeah.
Justice for William McNeel.
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 We have to stand up for our children. We have to speak up for our children, and we have to fight for our children. If we don't fight for our children, nobody else is going to fight for our children. That's what Attorney Daniels, our legal teams, we have vowed to fight for justice for William McNeel. And we're going to need all of y'all fighting with us.
Look, I couldn't even see our comments. They got stuck. I was like, well, let me type a comment. And then they popped up. Measurement. Look, whatever the Lord lays on your heart. Okay. Okay. You talking about through the 31st. Whenever I visit the U.S., I'm scared beyond words. And that is sad. And you should not even have to feel like that, Bremalena. But hey, I get it. Okay. Shout out to Love Me for the super chat. She said, great live. I needed that laugh. Okay. Thank you, sis. And thank you for being a sponsor for today's live. She said, I'm sorry. The poop was wrong. The what was wrong, sis? Oh, Popo. To go further down. Okay, girl, yes, and violated that man's rights. Yes, I'm always camera ready, especially if cops are involved. Exactly. And you have to be. And I look, now when we're out and we see something going on, we slow down a little. Now, we're not going to just start getting into it, but from a distance, we just making sure everything all right over there, just looking. And you have to look out for each other. 96% of the U.S. had no insurance until, of us. Okay, 96% of us had no insurance until we could get it. Shaq screwed us with the general when we... I forgot about y'all. I forgot about that commercial. Okay, y'all remember Shaq did that general commercial when we paid $33 per month to find out it covered nothing. Y'all for helping me reach the goal. Shout out to all of the sponsors on tonight. Oh my gosh, I got to do something special. We all saw the video. How does he get fired? Yeah, right. But no criminal charges. Trump's police immunity. You know what? Dare to search. I thought about that too. A lot of and that was something I was going to say earlier and I forgot. A lot of these officers are getting comfortable in doing this again, okay, because of who's back in office. That's just the reality, okay, because now they have this backing of immunity as well, okay. Win the next panel, fit or tie you in here. If it is announced, clear my schedule. You know what? I don't know. You tell me. Okay. Because sometimes I just pop up. Like tonight, it was just a pop-up. After I saw this press conference, I wanted to talk about this. But yeah, you're always welcome. Sandra Bland did not make it. Right, exactly. Let's see. It's hard to watch as a father. Find him. Can I be the godfather? Yes, please. He needs a mentor. The goal is to send 5 super chats. You can still send one if you would like. Oh, okay, thank you, Lolo. Hey, Jay, welcome. Thank you for joining. Okay, Measurement, thank you. Okay, I put justice for William McNeel. Yes. Okay. All right, let's get back to it.
Everybody,
Tell them identify yourself.
And so we're going to have a few questions and answers from the media. And if you could identify yourself when you ask your question from the media. Yes, ma'am.
I'm not sure if William.
Can you identify yourself?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm with WJXT Trujacks. I don't know if William can answer this or not, but I know the incident happened in February. What gave you the courage to share the video now?
Attorney Daniels.
That's a great question. William was very afraid, even after the arrest and going in for the first appearance and making a decision to take a plea that he should not have taken a plea to. He was suffering from concussion. That should have been identified by the courts. But to answer your question, he experienced a traumatic incident where a sworn officer who taken an oath to uphold the law, broke the law and beat him. So he's very afraid. He didn't know what could be the consequences or repercussions of presenting. But he, with his faith and his family, and speaking with his legal team, he decided to move forward in this matter, particularly that it's not just about William McNeel. It can be somebody else tomorrow. And that's what drove him to come forward.
I would simply say this. Thank God he recorded that video. Thank God he recorded that video. Yeah, I mean, when you think about all the young people should be recording these interactions with law enforcement, because what it tells us, just like with George Floyd, if we don't record the video, we can see what they put in the police report with George Floyd before they realized the video existed. And now we see what they put in the police report before they realized William McNeel video existed. So everybody, make sure you keep recording all of these interactions with law enforcement.
Right.
Elaine Quijano with CBS News. I wonder, it was said earlier, well, we all give our children talk, and he mastered the talk. William, are you able to share what you were taught growing up about police encounters, and how did that come into play in the video?
Basically, what I was taught is to, instead of fighting them on the street where we don't have power at, fight them in the courts.
Amen.
It's been talked about your composure in that moment. What was going through your mind during that time?
So there's a lot. There's a lot going through.
Right.
Jake Snowman, actually, Jack's, the sheriff has basically said if a complaint had been filed before this would have come to light.
You want I go first. Okay, you go first. Let's go first. Yeah, you come too.
They determined that the police officer for resolved that he.
You got interviewed by the state attorney. He was never interviewed by State Attorney Melissa Nelson's office. Never once did they talk to this young man. And I would assume they saw the body cam video from the police department, and they said, well, no problem. They saw everything that America is seeing, and they said, no problem. And that is the problem. That is the problem.
That's a great question. So in the report, it talks about force was used. The sheriff said if the force was used, that his people will review it, the body camera footage, and as such. As Attorney Crump said, that the state's attorney's office, how can you make a conclusion that there's no criminality in the face of if a picture's worth 1,000, a video worth 10,000, a million. But more importantly, as an ambassador of justice, that's the job of a prosecutor, to seek the truth. Did not even come and speak to the victim in the case. I know where I'm from in Georgia, Gerald, the prosecutor usually talk to the victim because they have victim rights. How can you make a determination of no criminality before you even get a chance to talk to Ms. McNeel? What I believe it was a, and I'm gonna say it, a whitewashing. Whitewashing.
Yeah.
But for that video, we would not be here. And we thank God that Ms. McNeel had the courage to record.
Yeah. And let me address the first part of your question about why he didn't make an internal complaint. You watch that video. What is alarming to me is that there are several officers on the scene. And they seem like it was business as usual.
It is.
And so, how can you trust a system like that to say, oh, who are you going to report the police to? The police? That's why we believe you need an independent investigation separate from the state attorney's office here in Jacksonville, Florida. We do not believe that is an independent investigation. I know several citizens have said they believe a conflict of interest is arises with the state attorney and the sheriff's office in Jacksonville. A person who is unbiased looking at this video sees William as a victim. Unfortunately, and apparently, the state attorney or the sheriff's department never saw William as a victim. They only saw him as a perpetrator, a criminal, the worst that they would define a person. But we saw the best in William. We see the best in our children, just like you see the best in your children. This is about driving while black. We don't believe they ever would have done that had this been a young white citizen.
Go ahead.
I have a couple questions.
Who are you?
My name is Will Brown. I work for Jacksonville Today.
Okay.
First, as someone who's named William, do you prefer Will or William?
Yeah.
Will? Okay. Secondly, Mr. McNeil, when you immediately requested a supervisor, what was it that had you feel uncomfortable to the point of immediately saying, I would like a supervisor? Was there something about the officer's conduct or the way that the stop happened that immediately led you to say, I would like a supervisor?
So one thing that the sheriff released some videos, and according to William, there's another video, another officer's there. They didn't release this video. Officer had him at gunpoint. So now you at gunpoint. And
there you go. Okay, so we're gonna have full transparency. How come that police video was not released? Okay, and was it even on? Because see, sometimes when they have the pow situation, they don't even have those cameras on. But now we're learning that there was another video. And in that one, that cop was allegedly holding him at gunpoint. Now, knowing that, those of you who are saying, oh, just get out, comply. Would you have been afraid? You have 6 officers, approximately 6, I forget the total, and you have them surrounding your vehicle. You only got pulled over because your headlights were not on in the daytime. No rain, no fog, or anything like that, and a seatbelt, okay? So now you have all of these cops surrounding your vehicle, and one of them has you at gunpoint. What is the proper response? Okay? What do you do in that situation? That's what I'm saying. So now, knowing that, I look at this thing even more different, okay? Like, seriously.
they're telling you for not having headlights on, you better ask for a supervisor.
Right.
So the request, the gunpoint, you were at gunpoint?
Not initially, but he was continuing to request for us. It was off the camera. You couldn't see it. According to William, he was being held at gunpoint by one of these officers. So the fact remains that this video shows what happened from the initial assault, and the body camera showed the initial interaction. But at the same time, what's your name?
Will.
What we're talking about is somebody getting pulled over for not having headlights on during the day. That's suspicious within itself. You know, I've been black my whole 44 years. You know, if somebody's telling me they pulling me over not having headlights on and it's day outside and no rain and anything, I'm concerned. What are you really pulling me over for? Can you bring your supervisor to the scene? And that was his response. Okay. Right here, the meeting.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm on the beat with Hot 106.5 Radio, a Cox Media news station, Action News Jax is our news partner. Can I ask a follow-up to what Will was asking? Have you all identified who that officer was that held them at gunpoint? And then my actual question is about Williams' recovery. What is it that he's recovering from his injuries, if you can answer?
Yeah, at this point, we think it's more appropriate that the Jacksonville Sheriff's Department identify the officers. We don't want to speculate. If they're proud of the conduct on the video, then they should release the officers' names. I'm going to have Attorney Daniels talk about Williams' recovery and the symptoms that he experienced. I mean, this was a horrific, brutal encounter. Did y'all see where they was knocking his head against the concrete while he was in handcuffs?
So, not to go too much in it, William actually suffered permanent injuries. You can see he had a fractured tooth. His tooth actually went through his lip where he had to endure stitches and closed head injury. He was concussed, and he's still on evaluation from doctors at this time. Dr. Davis knows William as a president of Livingstone Colleges, and he can see the cognitive decline. So this is a long recovery for him. These are things that we are ensure that he get the help that he need, so he can get back.
Exactly. That was one of the main things I noticed, right, Sound? I said, well, if you wanted him to have his headlights on, your responding officers did not have theirs on, so that there must have not been a need for headlights. Okay. I don't think they thought that through when the body cam footage was put out. Okay, so you can use that as justification. Really, why did you pull him over in the first place? Let's just go back to that. Okay, because it wasn't because of headlights. He had the seatbelt on. So what was the real reason you pulled him over? We're still back there. It is a mother's worst nightmare. Yes. The trauma. Exactly, Ramalena. That's sometimes you would, I know me, I would probably have to go to counseling from PTSD or something like that, because that's a scary situation. We're already having secondhand trauma seeing these videos being released over and over. Okay. We're having secondhand trauma. We have to go through this as a people when we see yet again another Black man being unjustifiably attacked, okay, unalive. Like, it's only so many of these videos that you can watch. It's almost to the point that when these things happen, you're starting to hear less and less outrage about it. We don't have the protests like we used to do, because now it's almost like we're getting immune to it. Like, it is a part of the norm. And that is sad. That's sad, because we've had to encounter this over and over and over. Around the time with the George Floyd, it was so many going on at one time. And I told my husband, I'm like, I just want to cut the TV off. I can't take another video. And I really did pray for families, like if I would hear about it, but I did not watch it. I got tired of watching those videos over and over because it did something to me. It was hard to watch this one. And those of you just coming in, his mom said that she couldn't even watch it past the first punch until recently she was able to watch the whole video. No one wants to see their child treated like that. Measure me, you and me. Okay. Yeah, sue the company of the van too. For real, same them dreads. Yeah. Oh, saw them dreads, right. Yes. Okay. Because I think Philando, did he have his, which one had the dreads? One, see, it's so many of them. Okay. And we saw the results of Tyree Nichols. That's another one. You up there lying about why you pulled him over. Like, stop it. People were asking me today why protesting has stopped in the USA. People are tired. Thank you, Ramalena. Yes, people are tired. And I think at some point they were like, is it making a difference? Is it really making a difference if you continue to see this happening over and over? And now with this new police immunity, oh, some of them feel like they can get away with it for sure now. Okay. Tyree Nichols is from my hometown, and it made me so angry what the officers did to him. And they were out. Yeah, they were. I'm telling you. See, I don't think they realized that they were going to pull the footage. I think they thought that he may have lived. I don't think they were trying to unalive him. Definitely do some damage. But after he was unalive, it took that thing to a totally different level when he didn't make it. And so, yeah, they were doing all of that. Camera footage is right there. Duh, probably even think about it.
On track. All right.
Yeah, let me say this on that there, if you could, and I want you to say anything here, let William just stand, because I noticed this morning.
This is the last part we're going to watch.
Was actually broke when you still sit there. Could you just use, I mean, this was a violent encounter. His tooth went into his lip and he had stitches all on his lips. I mean, this is not good policing. Nobody can say this is good policing.
And it wasn't just one officer. When Williams was on the ground, it was multiple officers hitting him.
The majority
put his head into the concrete. So one officer may have been suspended or take police powers away from him, but there's more to come. Right here, it's somebody in the back over here. Right here, I got you.
Hi, Riley Phillips with First Coast News. Were you hit in the face outside of the car at all? Yes.
I mean, the video is clear. He was punched in the face. I mean, outside the car.
Yeah.
It's clear that he's punched in the face outside the car.
Yeah. And that's good. We invite the media, just like they did with George Floyd. It is good to slow down the video and go frame by frame and count the excessive use of force incidents on this young man, who only crime allegedly was he didn't have his headlights on and he didn't have his seatbelt on. Things that most people would get a notice to appear. He got punches in his face, head beat against the concrete, and a gun drawn on him. Right. That is excessive and the most kind way of expressing it. That is excessive force 101.
Yeah, that's the question. Absolutely, he was hit outside the car. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I work for the Florida Times Union. So, as far as I know, there's not a legal action pending on this. No new charges against Williams. No lawsuit filed. You guys are attorneys. Attorneys practice through the courts. What do you have coming?
We're civil rights attorneys, and we plan to explore every possible legal remedy to get some measure of justice for William McNeel Jr. Every possible legal remedy. If this was your child, we're going to do everything that you would want done if this was your child.
And I'm glad that they are. I'm glad that they are. And I'm so glad that he had that video as proof as well. And I want to say, this is a very good point. Right Sound Studio said they are trained to do this. You can be on the ground laying still in handcuffs and they still say stop resisting. I've seen that as well in some of these cases where they know that their body cam footage is going. So in case they have to use that as their defense, well, they were resisting. Stop resisting, but you pulling on them. You punching them, saying stop resisting, or either I fear for my life. I would have been yelling that if I was William. I'm in fear for my life. I need a supervisor. We're gonna reverse that. No, I'm in fear for my life. Okay, at this point, I need someone here. I need a witness to see how this is about to go, because we've seen it go a lot worse in previous cases. And I can already tell by, the interaction that they were having in the beginning that thing was about to get heated. Okay. Some of these officers don't want you questioning their authority. They don't want you asking their badge numbers. They don't want you recording them. They feel that you're like kind of taking a shot at their authority, and their egos are bruised. So, in order to show you who's really in charge, then I'm going to show you this way. It's not that he asked the wrong question by getting a supervisor, but he felt challenged. That officer felt challenged. And he called all of that backup when he could have de-escalated it and called the supervisor. That way, here is the supervisor. Now let's handle this the right way. You didn't want to handle it the right way. Thank you for bringing that up. Yes, and he did have a seatbelt on. Yes. He said, I respect the case, but not Ben. Okay. Measurement right. 38% Black police chiefs, but only 4% commissioners who pull the puppet strings. Ooh. It is entirely too easy to become a police officer in the USA. Many people should not have that authority. Reform is needed. You are so right. Oh, you know what? We need to post that somewhere because it's too easy. They don't know if these people have mental issues, the racial side of it. They just need the help. Okay. So if you can run, do whatever training, okay, pass the test, come on in. It's almost getting like that in the field of education as well. Some of these people are not qualified or have the mental capacity to be inside of a classroom in front of children. Okay, they think that, the pay is up there now and I can get all this vacation time. So then you coming into it with the wrong motives. Some of them are racist as well and doing Black kids they're just doing it in a different way. Okay, believe me, that's my field. I see it all the time. Okay, up close and personal. So please have your kids' backs at these meetings. Show up to those meetings, those arts and things like that, because you have some teachers in there without good motives. I'm just being real talk. But if you aren't Black and ask, why did you put me over? They have a whole conversation with you. Right. That would have went a totally different way. Okay. I can only imagine. I'm from another country. It's so much harder to become a cop where I am from. Okay. We need to see, how do y'all do it? Okay. Because it's not working over here. It's not. Here's the thing. Is this constitutional? Right. Is there a social worker available? Then say, stop violating me, camera on, supervisor needed, and media. And then also too, y'all, we have to consider there are still grown-ups with disabilities. And what I mean by that is some are autistic. Okay, we have adults that are autistic. And it's certain things that can be perceived a certain way where I'm not trying to say it. It's not like anything mean or anything like that, but I'm trying to say it where y'all understand what I'm talking about. Like some people, they can't read the emotional part, close that up, the emotional side of that, or they'll ask questions, not trying to offend you, but not saying he is, I'm just saying in general, there are grown-ups that are walking around or driving that are not in the right mental space. And officers need to have a little more sensitivity to that. Thank you. Yes. Elijah McClain. Exactly. Like, be sensitive. Know who you are working with at that moment. You are there to protect and serve. Okay. So let's see. Is this let me kind of ease my way to make sure, that they understand what I'm saying. They need to learn how to communicate properly. before we start pulling out guns and tasers and all of that. Do you know how to de-escalate? Do you know how to communicate? Do you know how to show empathy? Okay, those are qualities of protecting and serving. Now, if you're not going to protect and serve, then take that off the car. Okay, take it out of the book, because in some of these cases, that's not what you're doing. You're not protecting and serving. And so we have to be cognizant of that. When I go to various schools and campuses and things of that sort, and some of these kids I don't know at all. That's my first interaction with them. I observe, I look, I see how they talk or communicate with me. So I'll know who I'm working with. Some of them don't get to even learn the people in their communities. If you're serving in this community, let me get to know you. Let me get to know your family. We don't see that a lot. There was this white officer that was on Facebook a lot. I forgot, I think Officer Tommy. Okay, I don't know if many of you know him, but he was on Facebook and he would show the good side of policing. Him with the kids in the neighborhood, them talking, chatting, meeting some of the elderly. He would go live and things like that. He got a chance to know his community. They got a chance to know him also as an officer, because the community needs to be able to trust you as well. Okay. And do y'all know that he was getting so much attention and people were being receptive to him? Do y'all know that they reported that to the police station? Now, the police station knew that he was doing lives, but he had to ease up on doing that. The haters didn't even want him doing it. Okay, he was getting too much good attention. And it's sad when you cannot be in that role and be positive without people saying, we don't need to show all that. Why not? We need to see more of that. We have one in the Fort Worth area. What's his name? Hold on, y'all. Let me get his name. Officer Brian Woodard. And he does that as well. He has been promoted now, from showing his interactions in the community. And he's even been promoted. All of that. We need to see more of that. We're tired of seeing these types of videos. We need people to get trained the right way. Enough is enough. Now that the government has cut Medicaid, think how many group homes will close and they'll be on the street. God watch over them. You are so right there to search. And I know that some of this is being phased out. And I was having this conversation with someone like, that is going to be sad. Like, my thing is prepare. Don't let it come up on you too soon. Okay, whether it's SNAP, Medicaid, whatever government programs they said are ending in a couple of years, prepare now. But we know God to be the provider anyway. So even if they take it away, God gonna still make a way, okay, of whatever. But in that also will be more crime. Because the people that are used to getting certain types of monies each month, and some don't have the qualifications for certain jobs, this is the time to really start training, going to get a GED, okay? To get out there and see what is it can you do? Can you become an entrepreneur? Do you have a gift or talent or something that you can make money from your own business? Because we cannot rely on the government, but we can rely on God. But also faith without works is dead. So yes, I do believe that during that time, if people are not prepared, y'all, it's gonna get crazy in the beginning of that. And all we can do is just pray, to be honest. Wow, those videos gave me hope. I can't believe they reported them because they were getting too much attention. Right. And it hurt my heart when he came live and he talked about that. And I'm like, who would tell on him? I mean, why are they making that such a big deal? He's not doing anything inappropriate. He will take the kids' chips and they sitting there. He talking to the kids on live, you know, different things like that. Like it was nothing inappropriate. What's left with the government? My retirement under my mattress. Okay. What is possibly left? Thank you. Okay. Hey, Nicole, welcome, sis. Thank you for joining. Exactly. It will be a domino effect. Right. It's time to prepare. Some of it under the master bedroom closet, under the carpet. You know what? My grandmother and my uncle, my grandfather, before he passed away, they did that. They did not keep a lot of their money in the banks, okay, under their mattress. And even until my grandmother passed away, my uncle still lives there. When she would get money from her check, she would give him, she would keep what she needed, paid her tithes, and then she would keep her son whatever she needed, and she would give him money to put away for her. Now, I still want to know to this day, how much money did she leave behind? Now, is there a secret compartment that we need to know? Okay. They didn't keep their money in banks. My grandfather would bring, he had a grocery store. He would bring all of that money home. And I remember him and my grandmother on the bed pouring out change. I don't know if y'all know about rolling change. Okay, I had to learn rolling those quarters, and you take all of those rolls to the bank and give me my money and put it back under the mattress. Hi, Kathy Rose. She said exactly. People will start robbing people, and it's sad. Exactly. You're going to have to definitely be careful, and we need to do that anyways. Be cautious. The time Peter Rosenberg, Hot 97 DJ, said the reason why the public doesn't trust you because the good cops don't stand up exactly against the bad ones. So they think you're all bad. Right. So even with this situation with William McNeill, okay, you had two black officers that we saw in the frame. What were they doing? Now, they weren't engaging in the beating. However, what were they doing? Nothing. Nothing. Not even saying stop. Just standing there. So y'all look bad too. Because y'all are accomplices to this. Okay? I think it was regarding Eric Garner. Oh, okay. That was a sad situation too. My daddy called it she money. When I got older, he explained it. He said the government and she don't know. Okay. Hey, Shirley Shells. Now that's a good one. That's a good one. The she money. Officer Norman and Officer Woodard are still going strong, making a difference. Yes, they are. So let me just clarify. They haven't stopped doing what they do. Okay? They still do it. They may not be live as much, but I know even during Christmas, excuse me, Officer Woodard, and just I forget you're familiar. Officer Woodard has a Christmas drive, and we go and get our kids toys at that Christmas drive every year. You know, it's for the community. Just come through the drive-through, and they're giving out Christmas toys. So we make our rounds in the community. Because look, tell y'all that have kids, y'all better go to some of these community events for free, okay? Free toys. They have all kind of parent pass, all kind of activities. You don't have to spend, those kids gonna play with those toys. Now we do buy, you know, what we gonna get, but hey, the ones they gonna tear up in a day, it is for free. They don't even look at it after the first day. Oh yeah, Alton Sterling. That was the one that was in front of the grocery store. And they came and he was selling, I think, DVDs, and they unalived him. Yes. Thank you, Shelly. Under the doghouse, right? Okay. Yeah, we used to roll those quarters. Oh my gosh. My dad had 6 digits in a big manila folder when he passed. He didn't do banks. Oh my gosh, girl. Whew. You like, Daddy, I miss you. I am going to miss you. Then you turn around, you grieve and all of that, and you have to look at that manila envelope with all that money. Oh my goodness, I wouldn't know what to do. Yes, I've been looking into all my accounts. Keep on your money, ladies, right? Okay. Make sure your money's still in there. The black ones look worse. Right, they do. Smart man, may he rest in peace. Exactly. Very smart.
Can I take this from
Hold on, Micah, I'm gonna lie.
Can I take this from my tree?
Hold on, y'all. Y'all pray for me. I'm instead of saying I'm on live. He talking about the toy. Okay. Issue. What happened in the past is a repeated cycle, and now we the world is about to go through it, and Uncle D is not making it any better. When signing the bills, and chaos I feel will break out, especially. Yep. And some people taking it as a joke because they've been saying that they're going to take food stamps and things like that. Some people are not taking it seriously. They're not. And they're going to wait till it's gone and then panic. No, I don't think they're joking right now. So please prepare, okay? Man, you are funny. Thank you so much for joining us and for being a sponsor to tonight's live. We really appreciate you. Thank you for coming over here with the immigration situations. Oh, yes, that will be an issue too. Yes, that was the best blessing us 3 girls got. And we were worried about him not having a life insurance policy. Wow, he had it all taken care of. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, the big, beautiful bill. I don't know what's so beautiful about it, but hey, they wanted it. They got it. So, yes, y'all, shout out. Let me shout out Measured Man, multiple blessings on tonight. Thank you so much. Candace and Love Me, thank y'all so much for being sponsors on tonight. You all make sure you hit the like button. That is for free. Okay. If you would like to support the channel, you're welcome to send a super sticker, super chat. My Cash App is scrolling on the screen. And a coffee, those are different ways because I know some people don't have access to one method or the other. So I try to make it easy for you all if you want to support. But thank y'all so much. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell because you never know when I'm going to go live. Thank you, Rebecca. You too. Right Sound said people are fighting back. Ryan Hinton, Dad came back and ran a cop over. Ooh, woo. Okay. But see, those cops are going to have law and order on their side. So even in those situations, it's like, oh, am I making the situation worse by doing that, you know? So, wow. Shout out to Nicole for the super sticker. Thank you so much, sis. And thank you for being a sponsor for tonight's live. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so, so much. And shout out to the moderators, Dreamy Girl, Shelly Shells, and Lolo for coming in here and doing their thing on tonight. Thank you, ladies, so, so much. I love each and every one of you. Y'all make sure you get some good rest tonight. But I will be back tomorrow, Lord say so. Coming through the chat. Shout out to Brahma Lena. Okay. She says, stay prayed up, put your trust in God, and make sure you invest in yourself. And Michael, please tell us about your toy at the end. We need hope. Wait a minute. Micah. Y'all, he will be excited. I was trying to sneak off, but hey, where's Micah Man?
I don't know.
Is he in his room?
I don't know.
He's probably with the door closed. Thank you, Right Sound. I appreciate you for joining us tonight. Oh my goodness. Look, let me see. Oh, here he comes. Come on. They want to hear about your tour. Okay. Do your closing. Miss Brumalena wanted to hear.
My
Thank you, that
toy,
one.
the bluey one.
Yeah.
So I want you to give me that bluey toy.
No, about what you want them to, not what you want me to buy. Are you advertising your toys or your book or anything tonight?
Yes.
It caught him off guard. No, you're fine. Tell them, what do you got going on?
So I got a talking Micah plush and talking Justice plush. And it also comes with 5 phrases. And it comes with 5 AA batteries. And it can also talk and sing the Micah and Friends theme song version. And the Justice plush sings the Justice and Friends. No, I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing.
But wait, y'all. I was going to do a post today and say, what is one thing you regret your child learning how to do? Okay. Lola said, come on, nephew, don't freeze up. One thing that I regret that he learned how to do is to get the screwdriver and change batteries. Okay. Because y'all, he takes the backs off and don't put the backs back on. He just puts the new batteries, and we have all of the screwdrivers in his bedroom. Okay. I'm like, sir, you got to learn how to screw it back on. Okay. 5 AA batteries. Yeah, he's telling you in advance how many batteries you're going to need for your toy. Okay, Miss Justice wanted to share her good news today as well.
Okay, so
thank you, Michael.
So first today,
the short version.
Okay. So yesterday I said I wanted to do my hair. So my mama said that she was gonna wash it, and then so when I washed it, my mom washed it. I went in there, and then I had done my hair, and then when I was finished, I showed it to my mom, and I started getting sad because she said it wasn't like correctly
at the top
as it was. So she helped me, and then I braided it, and then now I'm happy.
Yes, because I'm trying to teach her, she's already been offered a little job to come and help another friend of mine that goes to our church. She has her own shop, like she does it up. And she said, girl, I need to bring you in and at least do some beads or something because you are good with her clients. So I said, girl, look, I'm trying to help you grow. Okay. If you're going to do that, you have to start somewhere. So start with your own head and you want to make sure you perfect it. Okay. If it's something wrong, you get clients, they may say, can you redo this? So you can't start crying if they say, I don't like this part. You got to fix it. So start with your own hair. But y'all, she did an awesome job. The future is in our children. Yes, girl, because she was about to go through the whole week. And y'all leave me alone. Lolo, they are bullying me. Lolo and Shell's talking about, I always say, well, don't say it multiple times. Goodness. Hi, Inetta. Welcome. A lot of lies around. Don't believe these lies. Wait for the autopsy. Right. That's what you know what? But y'all, they said that the autopsy was completed yesterday. But if today they're reporting that he got hit in the head with the runaway surfboard, wouldn't the autopsy show blunt force? You know what I'm saying? This made my heart smile. Great job, Open Book, for being an awesome mom. Thank you, that one. I appreciate that. This time it was my fault. No, Brumalena. What's so funny is he's usually in here waiting. Okay, he had gone into the room, so I'm calling him. Well, where is See, and baby, he looks forward to that. He went and got the, what is this? Bluey? Who is this?
Bingo.
Bingo, baby. I don't even know the names. He wants to play it for y'all right quick.
I put her on chiming mode.
Can you play games with us?
Nope.
I'm a CPF expert.
You are.
So fantastic.
You asking me this? You also sing the bingo team song. Bingo!
It said Bluey. Hold on.
Okay, y'all be doing too much.
I said bingo.
Lolo said, "Oh Lord, not the conspiracy." Lolo, leave us alone.
It says Bluey.
Oh my gosh!
Wait,
Hi, Mama Bear's Journey. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Y'all see what I have to put up with every day. Oh my goodness. Pre-mortem swelling is different than post-mortem. Now that's a good point. Some people say Malcolm was trying to save his daughter, is getting out of hand. Exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. If we had this information in the beginning, okay, then it would be different. But now it's like the story changes over and over. That's what we were talking about earlier. God said, come on, host. Girl, look, that we're not saying that God is not saying that, but we also want to make sure that there was nothing fishy or foul play, because we want justice for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just something, and yeah, I try to get past that feeling, you know, in the pit of your stomach, and I'm just like, it's hard. It's so hard. Like last night I sat and it was just on my heart to just look more into that. And lo and behold, here we go. Yes, it's new information, y'all, that were just coming in. I told y'all about the surfboard, and then also the mystery man, the one that they found alongside him that they had pulled out of the water. He was in critical condition. So they took him to the hospital, and now, y'all, over the span of since Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 3 days, he is now out of the hospital. He was a 29-year-old guy from Nicaragua, but they were not related or anything. But that's not matching the other stories that we've been hearing. Okay. So it's just pick a story. Okay. We don't even know what the real story is. We don't know where the wife is. And someone was even saying, you know, what's up with that? You know, as far as some were saying that she, in an article, said that he didn't come home. He had been gone after sunrise, but then his body was found later on that evening. Like, did something happen between? You know, it's so much out there. It's so much out there. Lolo said, only God knows. We can assume all we want. I'm starting to wonder. And Lolo, y'all, she was starting to believe me from my first live this morning. Don't let her come in here and try to get y'all to say, we're not going to believe it. Strong swimmer in shape, red flags on the beach. Now something ain't right. Exactly. And they're trying to make this man look dumb or like he was defiant, like based off of some of the reports. Come on now. He was not dumb. If y'all told him don't go into the water, why would he go into the water? So that didn't make sense either. Girl, we don't know. We don't know. He kept her a secret. So she's really a secret now because we don't know who she is unless she reveals herself. And I'm wondering, are they going to have like a public funeral? You know, because he was such an icon. He was on the Cosby Show. So I don't know if they'll have a public funeral. Now, that's something, too, to think about. At the funeral, usually we get some pictures if it's not public. So TMZ or somebody gonna at least get some shots and find out who that wife is. Okay, I hope they don't start messing with her, of course, and you know, give her a privacy. They said he couldn't swim. Now he can swim. Exactly. We don't know. Even the signs say advanced surfers only. Y'all, it's a lot that we probably don't know and probably won't know, to be honest. And that's scary. I will not go to that part of Costa Rica if I ever go to if I ever go there. Okay, I will not go to that beach. His mom, I haven't heard anything from her either. I'm gonna look into that tonight and see. That's a good point. I haven't heard, and maybe they're trying to get the information first. But you would think, like, even the wife or the mom would say, "Thank y'all so much for your prayers." Just something general, but I guess not, right? Because when I Googled who his wife was, it only showed his previous wife and girlfriend. So he was currently married. Yes, yes, exactly, Lolo. That's what I was thinking too. Because I was like, did these witnesses see him go into the water? Or were people getting into the water and notice someone under the water? That's a different scenario. Because could it be possible that someone put his body there? I'm just wondering. Okay, we don't really know. That may be next. I mean, we don't know because there's so many stories. We don't even know who the friends were. Yeah, we don't know. Lady Love, welcome. Could the wife be Tracy Ellis? No. They played on the show together. Yep, they did. I'm having second thoughts about ever leaving the country. It's always suspicious stuff happening to Americans, right? I don't think they want us in their countries anymore. It's a lot. Now saving the daughter, was she okay? Who got her out? Girl, that came out too today. That's what people been really talking about today. Like, oh, now it was 3 people in there in distress, and they had these doctors on the beach and a guy who was a volunteer lifeguard before. So they hopped into action to go and get the 3 people out. And then when the guy was helping, he looks down and he saw a shadow and realized it was a 4th person, which was allegedly Malcolm. He pulls him out. So who are the 3 other people? We heard about the guy being taken to the hospital that was in critical condition. Then now we're hearing one was the daughter. Well, who's the other person? So that's what I'm saying. It's all over the place. Like, we don't know what to believe. It's sad. So many questions. Right. Why would they target him? This is so strange. Exactly. But Brahmalena, ooh, bless you. That was loud. That scared me. Okay. But like I was saying, like we know here, and the people who seen the Cosby Show, who Malcolm-Jamal Warner is. I'm wondering, did something happen and they did not know who he was at first? Now, once he was unalived, they ran his whatever, however they figured it out. Then they're like, oh my goodness, this is a celebrity. Okay. So at that point, then you have to really kind of think about the news that you're putting out, because you don't want it to be a red flag out there that we have all of these crimes and things happening on our beaches here, because this is a tourist place and people come here for vacation. We can't have that type of business here. Okay. So especially a celebrity at that now. So and in one of the articles from this it's a channel in Costa Rica, Teletica, in their version, they were saying that they were taking surfing lessons and the instructors left and told them that it was a lot of danger in that part of the water. But then allegedly Malcolm and whoever, this other person, still went into the water. Like, that didn't even sound right. Conscious people speaking up seems to disappear in strange ways. Right, exactly. Girl, Lolo, you silly. It's too many details. A shadow. So maybe they thought he was just a rich American, possibly someone that was there on vacation. Well, his wife should come forward since all of his former girlfriends are sending their condolences. Jessica. Okay. Because I saw Regina King's hers, and I was like, oh. The wife has yet to put one out. Maybe all of the exes are speaking up. Oh my goodness, I already feel like I'm going crazy. I'm not wrecking my brain about it, but I am just watching for it. You know what I'm saying? Like any updates. Because I mean the reality is sad to say that he's gone. But I just also pray that justice is served if something happened to him and not just an accident. You see what I'm saying? Like, not to make more of it than what it is, but we just want to make sure that, hey, no one did anything to this man. Yeah, girl, it's just, some other people are saying that too. I mean, oh, I don't know. She said she's not doing this to me this time. We were trying to figure out the twins. Yeah, it's crazy, y'all. It is crazy. Well, now I can't even say well. Yes, girl, was he still with the lady? Now y'all being messy. Goodness. Hey, he admitted on his show, or was it his show or another? It was another interview I was looking at 2 months ago. And he had said that he originally did not want to get married to her. He didn't want kids. She did. You know, he said that they kind of started off slow and as friends. And he said, you know, I made my decision because I said, even if we have kids and we're not together anymore, is this a person that I can get along with and raise a child with and so forth? So he was trying to explain that. Almost reminded me of that Tyler Perry situation. Because I still don't know where his baby's mom is. We ain't seen that lady since she had the baby. Okay. And so yeah, I don't know how things were between the two. We didn't know who she was. We didn't know, you know, really about his daughter until now. You kind of see little pictures. And one that I shared, he even had her face cut off where you couldn't see her full face. He was being very protective of his family. And so now it's going to probably be harder to really get to know who they are. I'm curious to know, and I would love to hear from her. Were you with him? What happened leading up to that moment, as far as you know? Because if I'm on a family trip with my spouse and my family, because notice they really haven't said who all was a part of the family, I'm going to know what my husband is. And if I don't know, I should be able to say, oh, he went with Johnny. They were going to the beach to take some surfing lessons. And then I just heard they drowned, something like that. But we don't know if they were together, if she was at the rental and the daughter was with him. Like, we don't know those details yet. Malcolm and Eddie was my favorite show when I was in high school. Yes. I love that show. That was a good show. That was a good show. Wow. It's just still hard. I guess I'm still in the denial phase of it. You know how like you're still in shock. It doesn't feel real yet. Apparently the beach is known, but more reserved, not tons of people, speaking to his love for being private with the family. Okay, gotcha. Okay. I can see that. And they said a lot of people didn't swim there either. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure, Jessica. Yep, I'm pretty sure. And she is nowhere. You don't see a peep. You don't hear her telling on him or taking pictures. Baby, she is out of there. Hopefully she spends time with her child. I mean, she is gone. It's crazy though, y'all. It's really, let me look right quick. Let's see here before we get off. See if they change anything else. Okay. Now, a lot of the ones that are still there about the daughter. Yep. So I'm going to look to see if his mom has said, hold on, y'all, 1 second. I'm going to look to see if his mom has said anything and kind of probably follow her. You know, sometimes you can find others by following, and that's if she's on social media. We can follow the trail. Okay. So I'll keep y'all posted though. I'll keep y'all posted. Let me do some homework. Okay. Let me do a little homework on this. Because hey, we just want justice. That's it. If everything was on the up and up, hey, we're going to celebrate his legacy, his life. You know, of course, keep his family, friends prayed up, and just remember him. But other than that, we're gonna make sure things won't up and up. Oh my goodness, but I love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for joining. Make sure you hit the like button. Also subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell because you never know when I'm going to go live. Yes, right sound. Right. All right. Y'all have a great evening. Bye-bye.
You just flip through truth with the open book. If you felt that heat, like share and stay locked in. Another chapter done, but we far from finished. Truth on the mic, yeah, we handle business. Real talk, no fluff, just facts and fire. From the book to the block, we taking it higher. The open book, every voice matters, every lie shatters. Catch you next page.